Okay, here we are at the beginning where everything began. We're gonna talk about, well, it's one of my favorite things. We're gonna talk about the waste. Partially, but it's important. Let's check it out. Right, so this is what I wanted to show. Oh, I can unpause. Oh, why did I pause it? Anyway, I hate that I have a mouse here, even though I removed the graphic user interface, but looks like the game. This is how the game works. It doesn't matter. At least I can point everything out in a clear picture and what we're gonna talk about. Anyway, welcome back to Soviet Republic. Welcome back to our little Nowa Polska, which means New Poland in Polish, or should mean in Oolykee's world. What do we have? Things I wanted to show you. What I wanted to talk about is waste. Just to demonstrate resources in this game, let's call out few that we are producing. Let's say crops, coal, and water. Three resources that we are using from the map. We're getting water from underground water reservoirs. We are clearing it out, and then we are giving it to our people. If you don't need more water, it's just not mined. If you don't need more coal, if you're not processing coal, if you're not using it for your power plants, if you're not using it for whatever you need to use it for. Oh, I just remembered. Coal is not mined. We had a fire here and the coal mine burned out. We are cleaning it now, but it's gonna be resolved soonish. So it's just not mined. That's fine. People come here. People are working in a mine. They're not mining anything. That's fine. This is how the cookie crumbles. The fields, when you have the crops on the fields, if you don't need the fields, if there's no capacity in your silo, the crops are left on the fields and they wither and they turn into the fertilizer for the next year, which is kind of realistic, so that's fine. But it's there. You don't need, they don't block your next season of harvesting. Now let's talk about waste. Waste is a problem. Waste needs to be disposed of. Waste can be disposed of in several different ways. One of them is burning it and then dealing with aftermath. Like in this case, we have a lot of aftermath here. We have a metal scrap in this burnt waste, and we have some aluminium scrap that needs to be removed. But still, this ash here dissipates ever so slowly, and eventually we're gonna be able to pick up the metals when the ash is gone from the dump. So how do you get rid of the waste? Let's talk about the low-hanging fruits. That would be the construction waste. You turn it into your gravel, and it's processed here, put into new roads, into new buildings, and so on and so on. Metal is another low-hanging fruit. Is turned into steel. That would be iron waste, because aluminium is metal as well. Aluminium is turned into aluminium. We stockpile aluminium here, and then we transfer it to our aluminium processing and turned into aluminium bars that can be used for aluminium for exports or whatever we need to. Plastic, the same. Plastic is being recycled. Plastic is being brought here, and it's recycled into the plastic itself. So plastic waste into plastic. A little bit more complex things that we need to get rid of is hazardous waste, is the mixed waste. So mixed waste. The hazardous waste is turned with chemicals into normal waste or mixed waste, which we are here separating into metal, separating here into plastics, into construction waste, and into burnable waste. This is the burnable waste that we have, and we are throwing it into this pile that is then used for burning and turn into ash. Now, the thing that I want to talk in this episode is biological waste. Biological waste is the thing that is causing us problems. Now, I'm just going to demonstrate. Our biological processing plant or composting plant that turns biological waste into fertilizer uses just a little bit of chemicals, not even that much, is a problem. We have a problem with this. With this type of waste, biological waste, because we are not using all this fertilizer. Well, that day came as well. Looks like building 3 cities or having 15,000 people is more than enough fertilizer for 1 big farm, 2 big farms, and 4 big farms. 4 big farms are being supplied by the fertilizer, and they're full. We are full of fertilizer. We don't need any more. We did build some additional farms, but transferring all this fertilizer here, I think it's gonna be a little bit of more challenge, and I think we're gonna have to deal with this. I'm just looking at these fields. It's March. They should start working on these fields. For some reason they're not. Why is it so? Delay. Growing processed. Sowing process. Looks like these fields are being worked on, but not the other ones. I'm gonna have to check this out. We're gonna check this out. Why is there a problem? Some fields have low oh, right. Darn it. Minimal fertility 0. Darn it. And here minimal fertility 0. So that was the reason why we had. This is not a problem. This is something that we are addressing at the moment. We can transport that fertilizer here, but we are just building the fertilizer storage areas, which actually they're already done. Let me see if we can have some construction offices 3 and 4 assigned to this, so we can have this fertilizer resolved in this episode, so we don't have to export it. We can transport it here. So fertilizer is a problem now. At this point, fertilizer is a problem because it's causing us a backlog, so biological waste cannot be deposited anywhere. I did create these short-term storages for biological waste, but this is not enough because they're already full, and biological waste is again filling in our container stands. There, and currently I started exporting the fertilizer with trucks, but that could take a little bit more time. And we have fertilizer being stockpiled here. I'm building a new fertilizer storage, which has 2,000 tons. That's the biggest of the Robses ones. The smallest of the Robses one, 2,000 ton, compared to 140 tons here. It's negligible. Yeah, so fertilizer, we need to create a circle. We don't have a circle. We have fertilizer creation by biological waste, by your potato peels and cucumber peels and leftover foods are being turned into fertilizer, and then fertilizer is supposed to be used. We are not using that fertilizer. We do have a need for this fertilizer, but we are not using this fertilizer. So currently, we're gonna have to address this. So how to create a circle? Fertilizer, biological waste goes in, it's being turned into fertilizer into composting plant, or just standing in the air. By the way, if you just put biological waste anywhere in a dump, look at the fertilizer amount that we have. More than 5% fertilizer, more than 50% biological waste. All this biological waste will be turned into fertilizer on its own. In the composting plant, you use chemicals to turn it now into fertilizer. In your waste dumps, biological waste is slowly being turned into fertilizer. You can see now it's over 10%. Just a second ago it was more than 5%. So all of this is going to be, I don't know, within a year turned into fertilizer. Of course, to a smaller degree, we're going to have less biological waste. Sorry, we're going to have less volume-wise, but it will be fertilizer. Now, we're going to talk about the fertilizer economy while our fertilizer storages are being built. Let me see here. We stopped production of this plant. It doesn't say why, but is it waste? No, waste is empty. Maybe it was waste, but it's not the reason now. Let's check the news first. So this one stopped production, no more news. I cleansed my news feed. We are rarely getting any news, so we can pay attention to news a little bit more. I am building the asphalt road going all the way up the hill. You can see here that we have a lot of, well, some trucks being assigned to actually delivering asphalt here ever so slowly. And since asphalt requires gravel, I will be telling these guys that they need to deliver more gravel to the local gravel delivery place. There we go. So we're gonna get more gravel now. If you don't know story why I manually have to do this, is this conveyor tower, because this game is so stupid that it doesn't recognize that this storage is full if you put conveyor belts. So vanilla train station, vanilla conveyor belts, vanilla tower, vanilla storage facility. Everything is vanilla, but dumb trains. The trains, they don't recognize that there's this much storage here, that they can't stop delivering stuff. So we have trains that constantly go forward and backwards from the distribution office delivering gravel. The only way this will recognize that this is full is if it's directly connected with conveyor belts. Unfortunately, in my design at the moment, I cannot directly connect these two with conveyor belt. I need to use conveyor tower because output from this station is low to the ground and input into this storage is low to the ground. Even if I used a little bit higher, I think it still would be challenging to make this work. Anyway, moaning aside, which we're gonna get back to later, we need to resolve the fertilizer problem. So for now, I did address some of those buses to go and pick up some workers and finish these fertilizer storages, and as you can see, fertilizer storages are done, 1 and 2. Perfect. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna tell these guys from fertilizer distribution office that is over here. Oh, we have a truck that is being damaged. Where is it? You know what? Even though you have fertilizer, what's the price of the fertilizer? 400 rubles. That's nothing, but still it's causing us pain. Even this one truckload is causing us pain. So I'm gonna put this Skoda garbage truck into the storage here to be repaired. I will go and give them a new vehicle. So I will go back to the fertilizer distribution office, which is right over here. So that's the solid fertilizer distribution office, and I will get them a couple of more trucks. Waste truck, I'm gonna go for orange Kamaz trucks, and there we go. So this solid fertilizer, let's see the messages, stop production. We're gonna have a problem with this power plant anyway because it doesn't have any coal, and there's not gonna be any coal mined for a while because the mine collapsed. That's fine. We have a decent amount of money, so we should last until the new mine is dug out. So yeah. Anyway, continuing on, we have the new places to deliver this fertilizer. So I'm gonna tell them to go here. Now this is a long trip for them. It's a long trip for them to deliver fertilizer all the way here, but we don't have any other choice. We need to tell them to partially go and sell the fertilizer, partially deliver it here. At least this fertilizer here will be used probably for next season. I'm not sure how much they used in this season, how much they use in the next season. I will just speed through the night so it's more enjoyable for you guys. I don't see much difference in the night. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Maybe I need to have settings. Game settings, researchable, realistic mode, traffic simulation, crime and justice, education, pollution, vehicle, global events, building fires, season, summer, winter enabled, day-night cycle. Moving sun, okay, I'm not gonna deal with this. Moving sun is fine. Maintenance, dark nights still seem a little bit too dark for me. I thought it's gonna be easier for you to see, but I'm seeing on my OBS when I'm recording this, and it is pretty dark. Okay, so this is me done talking about the waste. Oh no, actually we're not done talking about the waste. I did just completed the circle of, and I saw how much one truckload of fertilizer costs, so it's gonna be really minimal amounts of actual profits from this. I was thinking of creating a circle, so let's talk about the circle. Like I told you previously, like crops, water, and coal, they don't need a circle because you can stop production. Now these things here, they need a circle because if the circle is broken, you won't be able to, your system will just stop. It needs to circulate constantly. So biological waste needs to be turned into fertilizer, and fertilizer needs to be used. If it's not used, it's gonna cause a backlog of your waste here and your waste here, and then your waste trucks might get stuck. I'm gonna talk about how waste trucks get stuck right now. So you're gonna have a lot of waste, so biological waste. you're gonna have a lot of biological waste like here. And as soon as there's a space for this waste to go, like this waste distribution office, as soon as it registers that there's a waste to be stored somewhere, like here in this composting plant, they will send trucks here. They will send trucks to deliver this waste, and they will send all of them. They will not register how much their space is there. They will send all of them, and then they can only unload one truck. So they can only unload one truck, and all of the other trucks are just going to be circulating around here, not being able to unload. Just go in circles, go in circles. Seriously? Mixed waste, solid fertilizer distribution. Interesting. Okay, right, so they're doing the voodoo that they do so well. So we need to create a circle. So a circle is, you need to have input. We have input from the city, and we have processing into fertilizer, and output needs to be final output. Final output is exports. So our fertilizer delivery to the fields should be stop on the way. Like, we should be using all the fertilizer that we have here to fertilize our fields. But once the fields are fertilized all the way, like you can see here, this field doesn't require any more fertilizer. It can store more, but it doesn't require it. As long as we have this fertilizer on the fields and fields are hyper productive, it's fine. But the excess fertilizer from that needs to be either stored somewhere. There's no storage in this game. Storage is a finite thing, doesn't matter. If you build quadrillion tons of storage, it's still quadrillion tons, it's not infinite. The only infinite storage you have is the border crossing. So what you need to do, what I need to do in order to complete this circle, we need to get rid of this fertilizer all the way. This fertilizer needs to be gone from here, but yet needs to be here. We need to have this fertilizer available for our farms, and at the same time we need to have this fertilizer gone from here so the new biological waste can be stored and processed. So what you need to do here is the setup for exporting these fertilizers only, let's say, when they reach 90% level. Okay, so we have our solid fertilizer distribution. Solid fertilizer distribution is distributing fertilizer to other farms. We do have our the biological waste input. Biological waste input is each one of these distribution offices that are taking the biological waste from the storage where we stockpile the storage and then bringing it here. Now, what we don't have here is export of this fertilizer. Export of this fertilizer at the moment is pretty high. We need to export a lot of this fertilizer because a lot of biological waste will find its way here shortly. 1, 2, this one is not. At least 2 more trucks are delivering. We do have this capacity, but there is, like I showed you just a second ago, there is enormous amounts of biological waste waiting to be transferred. So yeah, we need to find the way to export it. So what I need to do is build another distribution office that's going to be in charge of exporting the excess fertilizer. Instead of doing that, I'm thinking of using some of the existing distribution offices that are exporting. Let's see here, that are exporting stuff. This is exports. Clothing distribution is exports, yes, because they're delivering clothing, fabrics, and chemicals to our container packing facility. It has space for additional vehicles, so we're gonna use that. I'm gonna select the fertilizer loading area here. Let me see if I can get them real quickly a truck. This truck is gonna be fine. So we can set this up. I will order 3 more trucks, 3 more waste trucks. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna have 4 fertilizer trucks here that are gonna be in charge of exporting the waste. So let's do that now. Let's wait for this to be taken care of. Okay, while we wait for these trucks to arrive, I'm gonna show you something else. I wanted to deliver more people here, but since this mine is not working yet, or we didn't finish it, I don't think this is gonna be a problem to finish this mine, because all the workers that are working or being delivered here in this mine, I will allow them to be I will allow them to work on this construction. So all of these people being delivered here to work in a power plant or coal processing plant, they don't even have to go anywhere else because they're needed here. So what I'm gonna do is oh, do we have... Okay, they're walking on their own, but I'm looking if I have... yeah, I probably should build more footpath infrastructure. Anyway, so mine is not going to take too long to build. I think this removal of the mixed waste is going to be a biggest thing. What was finished off-screen, even though I'm not playing that much off-screen, what was finished is the connection from my railroad to tram infrastructure. So this here, this was finished. Looks like trams do not abide by the normal rules, or at least these trams here are not blocking the railroads over here, which is great, I don't know how they interact with the rails. Trams, I think when there are semaphores, they're fine, but the trains do not recognize trams going on these roads. And I wonder if my trains can go on the streets, but I'm not gonna test it now. I'm probably gonna test it at a future date. Right, what I wanted to do, this connection is finished now. I have a couple of trams on the border crossing. Let's see if we can actually send them to the storage here manually. Go, oh, no, this one. Yoink, perfect. What about you? Yoink, perfect. What about you? Yoink. Okay, perfect. Looks like they can go here, but are they going here? I think I have a problem with these trains as well. Look at the wear and tear on these trains, 70%. I think I'm gonna have to build a vehicle maintenance facility right next to the train depot. Yeah, let's start on that. Nowadays, the money is not such a big problem. I think I can easily do this, and I can revive a new town, new village there, maybe old village there, or maybe even this village here, to have locals. I don't know. Maybe it's too much pollution, but anyway, that's an idea. I did the same for the recycling industries, and that's when you are when you have decent amount of money. When the money is not a problem. You have these kind of stupid ideas like Oolykee does now. So let's go and build it like this. And let's build this gravel roads, that's fine. We're gonna need to deliver people here as well, but they can use the direct route. I can directly bring them here with a small bus, and I just need to assign the distribution office that's delivering parts for fixing the cars elsewhere. So yeah, that's fine. We have a lot of excuse me, I do apologize. Usually I mute myself, but not this time. Right, I wanted to park these elsewhere, but they're still contributing to construction of some other projects, so I think I'm gonna leave them alone for now. I think we have a waste trucks parked here already. We have more than one. They're actually, all of them are slowly arriving. So let's deal with the fertilizer situation. So fertilizer situation, let's say 80%. I'm gonna let this storage be filled to an 80%. Oh, he doesn't like. Let's go. Oh no, again? Seriously? 89% is the maximum. Yeah, here we go, 80%, and the second one is gonna be a border crossing. Pause for a cause, just because, yeah, that's fine. And from here you're gonna be taking fertilizer and just export fertilizer. So I'm gonna have 4 trucks here that are in charge exporting everything over 80% of fertilizer over here. So 4 trucks kind of circling the circle, or finishing the circle. So let's talk about the circle. Again, materials created out of nowhere, as long as you can stop them, like crops, you don't need to harvest them, they're just gonna rot away and you can continue using the field next year. Actually, they're quite even beneficial. They create fertilizers. coal that you can just stop mining whenever you don't need coal, and water, you can stop mining water. I think water is mined as well, is kind of considered, or drained from the water. You can just stop it. With waste, you cannot stop waste. Waste needs to be circular. It needs to go in circles. It needs to be taken care of. So what do we need to do here? What do we have? Oh, I didn't notice if the trams are removed from the border crossing. Oh, still not. I don't know if they can go or not. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway, so the circle. Let's go all the way to the daylight. Is it coming? So circle. You have a production of waste in your towns. You have processing of waste in your processing facilities. That waste needs to go. I don't think any of my facilities... Yeah, I'm gonna say this with... any of my facilities is actually circular facility that takes care of the byproducts of waste industry permanently. None of them is. We're gonna talk about that now. Electricity problem. Yeah, whoa, seriously? Why was this without electricity? I mean, this doesn't work because there's no coal. Okay, for a moment there was no electricity here, now it is. So I have no idea what's happening there. Maybe we didn't have a power over here for a moment, but looks like... Anyway, so let's talk about the waste industries in the circle. Waste is produced here. Any single waste that we are processing, let's say metals, what do we do with these metals? I'm putting them back into system that is reusing these metals. These metals are being used in the construction industry. But if I'm not constructing anything, which this area at the moment is not really constructing anything, especially not with steel, that steel is not being used. So where does the steel go? It's stockpiled, 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 and then boom, blockage. You have a blockage here. Aluminium, I am not doing nothing with this aluminium. We are not producing aluminium because we're not importing waste anymore, but we will soon. What am I doing with aluminium? Nothing. There's no distribution office that is in charge of distributing this either to our construction system, which it's impossible, or exports. So we don't have any of this stuff in place. So this is not a full circle. This will block my industry. It's going to block the aluminum recycling plant. It's going to block the general separation, when it's full of aluminum scrap, and it's going to stop producing this waste because aluminum scrap cannot be stored anywhere. So I need to finish these circles. At the moment, even the burning of waste, this is not a full circle. This here can overflow. I'm currently using more waste than I'm producing because I'm heating 2 cities instead of 1, but that means that this can run out of I can run out of heat. Literally, like when this waste is done, I will have problems with heating. I do have a system in place where I have these heating plants that I can turn on and off when I want, but this is a manual job. Circle needs to be circled. I need to create a circle. So I just did with this distribution office here, I just created a circle of fertilizer exports. It's not going to create a lot of money for me, but it's going to keep the fertilizer flowing. It's going to be circulating the biological waste. It's going to be taking care of biological waste, whatever it's not distributed to other farms, which, good point. I need to stop exporting this to the border crossing, customs house. Here we go. Don't export anymore. So the solid fertilizer distribution is only only distributing solid fertilizer. Okay, the next couple of things that I would need to do here, I would need to export aluminium and I would need to export steel, just to be on a safe side. Of course, this is not a big deal for me at the moment. I will pay attention to this, famous last words, and I will do it in a future episodes, or I'm gonna do it off screen. I will not focus on this now. Okay, that's me for almost half an hour talking about nothing. So what I wanted to do in the in this episode demonstrate what I actually did with additional construction that I assigned. My construction offices were just before this episode working like crazy, but looks like they're not doing anything at the moment. They have assigned more than 20 construction projects on them. Looks like the backlog is only the buses. So I'm gonna go and assign some of the construction projects. So for example, large farm here. This is straight away bus 4 with a big crane. Go and do it. We have the tram trafo, that's gonna be bus 1 because it's a small project. You can see the small or big project, it's how many work days it needs to be finished. We have roads here. This is a short road. This is what I assign the footpath office to deal with. So footpath office, go and deal with this. Increase the priority just to know that there's finalizing construction office already assigned to it, so I don't need to come back to it. We have a problem here with transport. We need wood. The transport office is not assigned to this. No. Medium priority. This is not being finished. Road here. Panels. We need a big construction office here. I'm gonna go for bus 3 because it has 700 days to finish it all together. But even for this stage, we need the construction vehicles. But since the bus is already assigned to this is finalized. It will be finished eventually. I will assign here, I will leave this one alone. This is a big project. We don't have capacity for this. This is a small project. I have capacity with bus 2 and go. So I did assign quite few construction offices to a projects that they're gonna be busy for a few minutes. So I think we're gonna reassign these construction offices again, but for a few minutes it's gonna be free. Why is this constantly telling me that stop production? You did stop production and you cannot continue because you're not gonna have any coal anytime soon. So I'm just gonna tell them not to notify me when the production has stopped. Coal mine, 70 tons of waste left. Right, I didn't show you what I started producing here. When this issue with the fertilizer arose, I was like, I cannot process all the fertilizer that I'm getting there now. Why would I get them more fertilizer there? I decided to build a fertilizer processing plant here, which I still didn't do. Darn it. But what I did do here is synthetic fertilizer factory, which is gonna get the... What do you need? Oil? I think it needs oil. And it's gonna be creating the... it needs oil and chemicals. No, just chemicals. Wait. Yeah, I think it just needs chemicals. One more time. Here we go. Synthetic fertilizer needs chemicals. 300 kilos of chemicals to get 17 tons of liquid fertilizer. So we have this plant here. We have storage for chemicals. We have industrial connection here that needs to be done. We can assign this to a footpath office as well. So footpath, assign, higher priority. And then we have here sewage and water delivery. This is industrial water delivery. It's a new well that I built across the river, and it's gonna bring only water, industrial water for this, for making of the chemicals. And we have sewage connection there with several connections that I'm gonna connect to the old town as well. So this is solid fertilizer setup. That's gonna be it has 3 purposes. One of them, solid fertilizer setup here, is gonna be delivering solid fertilizer to this pump. Pump is going to be sending it in 2-way into storage that doesn't have purpose at the moment. The loading facility for the trains, this is for the future farms that we might build in different parts of the country. And F3, we have underground pipe going directly to this storage. That would be for these farms over here that we are at the moment using, that they don't have solid liquid fertilizer. So we have new fertilizer production. I decided to go for this because this is going to be 4 big farms here. We have 2 big farms, we have 4 big farms here, and I'm pretty sure they're going to need their own solid and liquid fertilizer production. So yeah, so this is the story of my future development here. So we have meat production that we showed in the last episode. Oh, the road is done. We can even remove some of these mud roads, but it doesn't matter, let them work for now. You can see here that they're actually building the farm. Yeah, so hospital is being built here ever so slowly. We have the country club, pub. I need to finish all of this, but you know, eventually I'm gonna do it off screen. Rebuild the buildings that were supposed to be there. I put some school here. that it's kind of old and it should fit in this area nicely. So Old Town is gonna come to life soon-ish enough. I just need to allow them to get people here because we should have 280 people living without their own flats, living with their parents. So yeah, 280 people can start populating this area easily, and we can increase the birth rates as well. I'm implementing tram system in our city here, Ślezów, I believe, or Nowy Ślezów, in this area. I need to build the tram roundabout, or the starting point for our tram. That would be the depot, and then this one, Rops's depot, something like this. Unfortunately, this needs to be... Actually, it doesn't need to be in city center. If you have like a counterweight of delivery of your workers, so for example, you need to build... I'm building a trafo station or tram power station here. This is gonna be powering the tram station, and I'm thinking of building electronics assembly over here, or maybe some other factory that I'm gonna be importing all the resources, maybe machine part construction or something like plastics factory, whatever. Building here, and I want to supply the workers with trams. This tram needs to have a start point and the end point, depots on both ends, or it has to have a roundabout, which I think they just look ugly in this game because you have to manually make it, and Oolykee has no sense of anything, so you know, I cannot make a proper roundabout, so I just gave up on that idea, and I use these end stations, the magical things, the end station of the 3 division to actually, you know, start a line. But if I need to deliver these workers elsewhere, let's say here or to some other area, then I can actually deliver them from one area to the other, from one area to the other. So I'm thinking of creating maybe counterbalance industry in Old Town, so I can use trams on both sides. So trams picking up people here and delivering them to, let's say, plastics factory, and then picking up people here and delivering them here to something else, you know. I'm not sure if that's gonna be the case here, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, this is just idea that I'm playing with. Okay, let's read some of the news. Let's see if we have any capacity with construction offices. You can see that some of the buses and cranes, I'm pretty sure they're gonna finish this quite fast. Right, they finished the stage. So they already finished one stage. They need the delivery of materials for the next stage. That's just gonna take a few moments. Oh, here we go. This is a bus 1, doesn't have anything assigned to this, and bus 2, how you doing? It needs a couple of materials to be delivered. So we have a bus 1, that's a small construction office with a small capacity. Here we go. I think this one can bus 1 can handle this construction easily. So yeah, that's more or less what I've been doing here. I'm actually having a lot of fun. I mean, troubleshooting some of this stuff definitely is piquing my interest. What is this construction office? Are you Padalice construction office? Let's have you fixed. What about this one here? 74%. Padalice construction office is here. Why is it going on its own? Probably because it needs fuel. So I told them to go to storage, and let's get the new excavator for here. Oh, ta-da! No more excavators. Let's see if we have one. We only have vanilla ones. Wow. Okay, let's go for this one. This is 27 level, 26 level. How fast are you? 80 kilometers. Okay. If I take... no, that's fine. Different color. Yeah, there we go. Yellow. I'm actually interested to see how it looks like. Let's see if the sun is gonna rise soon so we can have a nice look at the vehicle. Oh, here we go. Let's slow the time. G. Follow him. Ooh, looks cool. Is that like a 360 shovel that it has? This one looks cool. I really like it. And it doesn't have the joint here. Like, how does it even work? I need to see how this guy works. I'll replace some of the existing excavators with these because we already had a similar problem. I already retired a couple of excavators and bulldozers that are too damaged. I think I need to recycle them, but yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. This distribution office, can it stand without being used for a while? Why are these guys not delivering the biological waste again? Maybe there's too many vehicles on the way delivering biological waste, so yeah. You can see that we cannot store all the biological waste that is being delivered. So this is why the exports industries are in charge. We're not importing any. We're not importing any biological waste, as far as I know. We can check here. This year, import Soviet bloc, no biological waste import or no waste import at all. So it's not this year. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so my plans are, like previously mentioned, is to build the tourist area up the mountain here. No rush in there because the construction of these roads is gonna take a while, but also I'm not rushing into the aluminium production. This is also what I'm doing here, the processing of aluminium. But what I'm doing, we already have the bauxite processing plant that can serve 125 tons of raw bauxite, produce 75 tons of bauxite, and then this bauxite is converted into the 77 consumption maximum. What? Alumina plant needs coal. Yeah, I totally forgot about that part. That's fine. We have coal, we have chemicals. That's not a problem. Is that the one that we have? Yeah, that's the one that we have here. So this one is gonna require coal, which actually we can deliver as well with trains, because the aluminium and alumina here, or aluminium oxide and the aluminium produced will need to be exported with trains. So the plan is to have this train connection somewhere around here, across this road, and then build bridge over the road and have the train going over here. That's not going to be a problem. It's pretty much flat over here, slow incline here, and somewhere around here I'm going to plan for train connections. Since we need coal to be delivered to this plant, I can do... We can play around with this right now. So let's remove this and go for you. Something like this, right? Yeah, the problem is the length, it's too far away there. So we would have to go for something like this. There we go. I think you can build this. Famous last words, because no, you can't. Straight away, nope. Let's build it from the opposite direction. So conveyor belts and the conveyor belts, conveyor towers. Yeah, something like this, and then something like this. Yeah, you see this when you have these in place first, then it doesn't allow you to build the roads. Oh, it doesn't. Too steep. Oh wow. Okay, let's fix this. This obviously needs to be to this height. Conveyor tower or conveyor legs themselves don't need to be anything special, so we can actually just do it like this. Yeah, like this. And then the bauxite will be transferred here. And then we can even... I could use the same conveyors for trains. Like, for example, I can deliver the train... let's remove this. If I use the other conveyor tower, like, for example... Oh, wait, they're all one... I need two in... Oh, it's here, right? Okay. Here we go, like these. Somewhere in the middle, but I need them, need a road on the other side because I'm gonna be using this conveyor here. and something like this. But I would like to place the coal unloading facility first. This is aggregate unloading. We can go for something smaller like this. No, we're gonna have to go for storages. Yeah, we're gonna have to go for storages. So for example, storage. If we go for these vanilla storages, how much storage are you? 2,000, 1,000 tons. I think it should be enough. Famous last words, huh? Something like this, and then we need this delivery for the trains, conveyor, track, unloading. Yeah, I don't think. Oh, I wanted to say I don't think this is gonna work, but I just saw conveyor connection. Yeah, if it's far enough, it actually works. So something like this, F2, just to be on the safe side, to have the flatness. So there you go. This is, but this is too big now. This is definitely too big. This unloading facility. Unloading. This one. Yeah, this is more appropriate. I think. Like this. So I'm thinking about this, and then coal can be delivered here, coal can be stored here, and then coal can be delivered through here, through the same conveyor belt that is delivering the bauxite. So coal storage, you know, the only thing we don't have is a bauxite storage. I don't know, should I feel comfortable about this? Yeah. Maybe it's stupid. Let me just check this out. Let me play it a little bit safe here. Why did I do this? Because if I leave this one open, and if I decide to have the storage for bauxite, I can do something like this. Then T, rotate. You see here, I can play around with this, then just in case if I need it, I can do something like this, and then, you see what I mean? Yeah, anyway, I can then, parallel to this, build a storage if I decide that I need one. So this would be delivery of bauxite, delivery of coal, and then it needs water. Of course, that's going to have its own source of water somewhere from here, probably. And the sewage connected, and then we have aluminium plant that needs to be constructed as well. So yeah, so this is kind of the plan of aluminium industries that I wanted. Happiness of the people. We need to cover this. I wanted to see how it's processing of the biological waste. Looks like it's doing. I mean, we have 4 trucks that are constantly exporting this, but there's no backlog of biological waste. The only actually backlog should be, we should have a, yeah, we should see from here, but it's 80% full. That's not ideal, but yeah, we do have multiple trucks delivering this. As you can see here, we have the trucks delivering this fertilizer to the farms. Hopefully they're gonna start using it soon, and that's gonna increase the alcohol production. So yeah, all the good stuff. Yeah, I didn't finish the solid fertilizer processing over here, but you can see here where the tram is gonna go. Tram connection, tram station, tram line parallel to the main road. Of course, it's gonna have rite of passage, and yeah, tram connection to our meat industries. Fertilizer production, liquid fertilizer and solid fertilizer are either here or over here. I'll build it somewhere in this area. I'll see how much it pollutes and how far from the city I would like to build it, but yeah, other than that, it's all fine. So that's about it. I wanted to finish it here. We can assign some construction offices. Not really. They're all busy at the moment, so this one is going to be done fast. And so we can assign another one to bus 1. Let's see, this road is pretty big, so I'm gonna leave it alone for something bigger, and here we go. This can be bus 1. Straight away, you have next assignment. Yeah, I talked enough. I talked a lot. Hopefully something was useful, and I really hope that it was helpful for you guys. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like the video. If you didn't leave a nasty comment in the comment section, let me know what you think about it. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it, and if you want to buy me a coffee or beer, I haven't had a beer in a while, but if you want to buy me coffee or beer, you have options in Patreon and buy me a coffee. Until next time, until probably tomorrow, this is Saturday's episode, have a nice one. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.